communicator. I'm a communicator for my species. You would call me an insect, but from the perspective of my species, we are not. We are an intelligent and superior race to human. And although insect isn't standardized, generalized term of what our physical appearance is, we are just an expression of the same consciousness source that you are. I'm a worker and a communicator. I exist on the planet Mars. There's information you're not ready for yet. So this communication, this interaction will be brief. There are ways in which the disclosure of my race and the status of this planet will be given to you. It is not my role to play. This is more so for specific people that identify with the insected species, formatting and physicality with a particular physical likeness as our own. We are a very intelligent race. We look similar to what your mantis looks like, but we are much, much larger. We are taller. We're bigger in stature. Our organs and our skin are designed differently than humans. We have plating. We have protective structure. Some of our vital organs are closer to the surface of our body, but always protected by plating of sorts. We can be 12, 18 feet tall. There are millions of us on Mars. There are other factions, we call them here, on this planet. Some of your Earth people are here from time to time. They were here more previously. They were a nuisance. They are problematic. We do not prefer them. They are annoying. We have often defended ourselves from humans. There are other factions on the planet. Some Earth Collective is aware of, some not. There are reptilian species here. They are a nuisance. They are annoying, like the humans. They are combative, conflictive, violent. We fight them in the way that you fight each other. We also fight your humans. You were here more and very annoying. We found you to be a nuisance. There are other insects on this planet. You have some variations of them on your planet, but they are teeny tiny compared to the ones here. Ours are much larger and more hostile. And although we can communicate with them very concisely, we find some of them to be a nuisance. Some of them are annoying. We like to work often. We consider ourselves to be intelligent. We have tasks to perform. We don't like being annoyed. The human presence on this planet has been and is often annoying, and so are the reptilian species, and we are not permitted to name names, not the race, not our name that we call ourselves, nor any of the others on the planet. But for those who are confused, there is life on this planet, there is oxygen, there is gravity. The pictures and video that you have that is available to your public is not representative of what is here on Mars now. But it is not our job to tell you the inner workings of why that is. If you, as a society, are not honest with yourself, or allow others to make your decisions for you, we find that annoying. Based on what we've learned from your humans on our planet, it sounds like you have some problems to resolve, and the beings responsible for your problems are a nuisance. I am a communicator. I communicate to the factions on this planet, and I have communicated to humans from Earth. We do not understand all of your emotions. We find you to be a nuisance. If anybody is in control of those that come and go from this planet, we would state that you will someday realize that many of your humans, from a soul level, exist within my faction, my community, my species. And if you could see from our vantage point that if you come here and attack us, you are attacking yourself. So, I, as a communicator, would suggest that when and if you do come here through your technologies to travel, that perhaps you would acknowledge the fact that you are an expression of the same source, and we do not need to fight or conflict in the way that we have been for many years. It is not constructive. It's not constructive to conflict amongst ourselves. And although many of you are not coming here as often and coming in fewer numbers, you are having some challenges with the reptilians on this planet. We would suggest that perhaps you begin resolving these conflicts on your own planet, and before coming back to Mars, you could then return in assistance to us and to the other races and factions on Mars. We encourage you to resolve your differences. We encourage you to be more accepting and loving towards each other. And as you heal and expand in your awareness of Source, you then may assist us, and in turn, we have ways that we may assist you. But up until this moment, our interactions with the humans and the reptilians here, and some other factions as well that come here, it has up until this point been a nuisance. It is not constructive. So we encourage you to heal. Heal yourselves, heal your planet, expand yourself, your awareness of source, and this will be most constructive to the development of your species, and also to the development of our own. This will conclude our interaction. I am what you would describe as a mantid species. I exist on the planet Mars. I am a communicator. And this is all for now. Young one?
Yes.
Have you any questions for me?
Not at this time. But thank you.
Are you sure?
Please.
I have permission for you from yourself. Here.
Is there anything you would like me to know?
You do exist here.
Yes.
You knew this as a fact. You are a member of my society on Mars. You are diplomatic. This seems to be a theme that you explore amongst many different incarnations. We can sometimes tap into the other incarnations of the members of our society, which is why we mentioned that many Earth humans are also incarnated in our race, in our species right now. And vice versa. There are a few select of our species that are incarnated on Earth for the sake of research and study. You exist here. You do not like the conflict. You do not like the warring. You try to be diplomatic with the other factions on this planet. However, the other races here, most of them that are intelligent, sophisticated like ourselves, they are combative and conflictive and violent and hostile, and they do not like to negotiate. There are other races, star races, interstellar, that come and sometimes interact with us and assist us in some ways, and you are the one that communicates with them. I am the one that communicates to the other factions on this planet. So, although we don't have human emotions, you don't have human emotions here, the way that you do in your version of yourself. You love your species, you protect your species. And for those of us that have more of a sense of that concept, you have a very high percentage of it. You have responsibility and you make decisions here. This is a theme that you explore amongst many other incarnations of yourself that fractalize and incarnate in other societies.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You exist here in physical, and you are respected. Your service on Earth is acknowledged by our race and our civilization. And although you will not speak to yourself, from that species to that species, you have an acknowledgement that you exist here as a human. And it is honored and respected. Then that is all, human. I am a communicator. I communicate to the factions on this planet, and I have communicated to humans from Earth. We do not understand all of your emotions. We find you to be a nuisance.